Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, and a Merry Christmas Eve to you. And we would like to remember that a little over 30 years ago, a city was saved from near tragedy on Christmas Eve at Nakatomi Tower as shots were fired at about 7:15 Eastern, or 7 p.m. What would that be? Pacific time. Officer Lieutenant Carl Winslow was the first one on scene and had a body fall on his police cruiser, and he sped on backwards and had to call in for help as he crashed his vehicle, falling down a 30-foot cliff, nearly died. But Officer Carl Winslow and Lieutenant John McClane of the New York Police Department saved the day in Los Angeles as Nakatomi Tower was under siege, and nearly thousands of people lost their lives in a huge terrorist attack. But we thank John McClane and Officer Carl Winslow, Lieutenant Carl Winslow, for saving the day with Hans Gruber, right? But we're going to get on with the coins here on this Christmas Eve extravaganza. You can see we've pumped up now to that 51,669 target that we had at the 200-day moving average the last time we talked, after we broke out of this rising channel, and then we flashed low. We still think we will come back to 42,000, this flash crash low. But now that we're up here at this upper target, we've broken above that mid-ground target of 48,000, where that orange ring was, where we've been getting supported on. Now we're getting to that upper zone, to the 200-day. Now, if you break out of this north in the thin traded holiday weekend, where this is the only game in town where you can make trades, you could come all the way up here to your upper resistance now and back test this rising channel, like coins so often like to do. If you've watched my technical analysis, this is a technical trading rule. They like to back test and then get rejected, right? And it turns into almost like a fabulous glowing all triple top enticing, right? An all enticing triple top, because you come up here and you back test near the all-time highs, right? And then you get rejected. That's where this could be going right now. We've been paying attention for this as we've broken above key levels, and you could be coming up here in a thinly traded weekend to back test this, but you would get harshly rejected, and before you knew it, you'd be back down here. Or you're going to get rejected off the 200-day, and this little bull run's going to end right now, and you're going to immediately start to trade with our industry exclusive drawing tool. You're immediately going to start to trade back down and trade towards the lower support on this orange ring, and then you're going to trade the double bottom. So that's what we're going to watch out for in the Bitcoin. The XRP had a nice little pump, and then it came back down and back tested this area now as lower support. This is how we said if we wanted to get bullish, what we would have to do, right? We would come down. Ooh, you like that. Look at the little kid. He liked his little chicken soup treats that we bought him, or cat chicken soup. Loved it. He likes my chicken soup when I make it, so he figured we would buy him some cat chicken soup, and he ate that shit up. See that how we said if you wanted to get bullish, you were going to have to come back and back test this 92 cent level, and you can see we've back tested it now. We've wicked down, we've held it as support, and as we zoom into the hour time frame, and that's why we start from the far out time frame and work our way into a super simple, easy way to trade this manipulated market on Christmas Eve. You can see we wicked down, got bought back up. Now if you're trying to get bullish, you got to come back up and breach these highs right here with some volume, close above it in, say, the hour time frame, and then you can start to work your way, then you can start to work your way on up and maybe hit this upper resistance where we have this little circle at. We'll move it over to the current time frame because that was yesterday when we had our little price marker up here as the bottom part of this volume indicator, where if you're above it, you're bullish. If you're below it, you're bearish. And the upper end, which would actually clear this falling channel that we were in purple at $1.05. If you're trying to get bullish, you got to continue to bounce off that, right? Continue to bounce off of that support, maybe come back down and touch it again, and then come up and try to trade up into here, and that would be your first level of real big overhead resistance that could force you down in a big way, right? So we're going to keep an eye on that. If you come back down, if you trade up, hit the 200 or the 50-day moving average in red, fall below the 100-day in blue, and then fall below this 92 cents, your next line of support is all the way down here at retesting of this old support resistance zone when you broke out of it right here, back tested it as support right there on the purple, and then kicked up after when you were coming up prior in the last few weeks. It was overhead resistance, right? So then you would come back and back test this in this white support box at 79 cents, this descending lower support now that used to be upper resistance. So that's what's going on in the XRP. And then in the XLM, we'll look at real quick on this holiday weekend, as I drank a phenomenal commodity called coffee that tastes the same every time I drink it. It's a phenomenal commodity. You can see we've broken above now, and where we've been dancing for a few days above. Let's bring Eraser out real quick. My new subscribers, nearly 1,000 of you, gorgeous, glowing people, have asked for more Eraser, and we just gave you more Eraser, and Eraser's been coming in and strategically killing the chart on cleaning it up. And thank you, Eraser, for another phenomenal addition to the channel. We appreciate your support, and we're going to be seeing more Eraser as my subscribers, my approaching 1,000 of you beautiful people, have demanded more Eraser, and Vincenzo's going to give you more Eraser, right? And you can see what's happening here is you've broken above this little bearish continuation pattern that we were in, and the downside target is down there at 18 cents in between the 22 cent and the 14 cent ring. Let's get that nasty one out of there. And in between the 14 cent ring as we move this out a little bit more into the future. So we got your 18 cent is your targeted move. We'll move that to the current time frame. Put that into the back a little bit. So that's your current underneath target. But right now your more pressing targets are, as we move to the current time frame, the 26 cent blue ring and the 31 cent upper blue ring, right? If you get bullish, you could trade all the way up into this blue ring here, and this would be where you get rejected at the 31 cent level. But if you can't get any more volume and you start to trade down and you hit back on this 26 cent ring, if you want to stay bullish, you hold it as support and then start to trade up, right? And breach the old high, and then you're on your way up here to this 31 cent blue ring. But if you start to come back down here, get supported on the 100-day, trade back up, hit the 50-day in red, come back to the 26 cent blue ring and fail it, your next line of support is down here at about 22 to this underneath support on this orange horizontal line at 24 cents. And then if you can't hold that, you come back down to this 22 cent ring, right? So that's what we're looking at in the XLM. We're going to give you an altcoin update on my next video. Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing for all the latest holiday updates as we work our way into Santa coming from the North Pole, the mild, warm air for mid-December in the Great Lakes metropolitan region, no white Christmas this year in the greater Roseville metropolitan area in the great state of Michigan, right? But we look forward to maybe getting some snow as Santa sleds his way back up to the North Pole. We'll give you an altcoin update, and we'll keep you out ahead of the competition and sidestep and audible the criminal gangster cartel DSD, Ohio State University, brother, that have fleeced, heisted, and shysted, overted and subverted the retail trader and beat them down into a state of submission and into a state of government dependency. But at Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, we're going to help you sidestep, audible, right? Switch the defensive front look into a max protection to fleece, heist, and shice, the fleeced, heisters, and shysters, and walk away with all the fucking money on this Christmas Eve. Peace and love. Peace and love.